Welcoming Alyssa Milanos.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Nice to see you all. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Hi.
All right.
So how lucky am I that I've been able to do numerous shows that have meant something to people. And I just consider myself very blessed and also appreciative. Thank you all for still tuning in and still watching and still being interested and still going to bat for me and my trolls and all the things I'm appreciative of. So thank you.
Like the fan reaction, the adoration just completely kind of took you by surprise, because we always want, people to appreciate the work we're putting out there, but in terms of like scale, is there something that's really taken you by surprise?
I think rather than like one project, when I think about the generations that my career has spanned and how it is, people in their 70s who watched Who's the Boss with their kids, who then had kids, who watched Charmed with their kids, and where it continues. And like, for instance, when I released Hope, the children's book series that I did a lot of events at schools, at like middle schools, because it's a series for middle schoolers. And I was stunned because these middle schoolers knew me from Insatiable. They were like, are you Corley? So that was like a whole new sort of revelation that I could also reach, So I think that's the thing that's most shocking to me, is that there's so many generations that it spans.
So you mentioned Who's the Boss. So starting with, your career's like kind of really taking off there, and then to present day, is there, I guess, I want to know, like, what do you feel has stayed the same for you, and then what has been the biggest, I guess, change professionally? In terms of like your experience with it.
I think, because I started so young, I started acting when I was 8. I did the play Annie, which, ironically, my daughter is now rehearsing right now to do the play Annie. She's 9. And I think because this is really like the only life that I've known, I don't know that there are like moments where I can say, this has really changed, this has really changed. I can say how the business of it all has changed. Like, obviously, there was no social media when I was a kid. There was no cameras on phones and all of the things that I am terrified of as a mom. I didn't have to deal with as a child coming up in the industry. So I don't know that like I felt any monumental shifts as far as career-wise, but I have seen the industry change so much, and that has been very interesting to navigate. You know what I mean? Because I was on TV with Who's the Boss when it wasn't cool to be on TV, right? It was like, and when you thought about there were only 3 stations when Who's the Boss was on. There wasn't even Fox. There was only 3 networks. So when you say we were a top 5 show, it meant 35 million people were tuning in a week, which is crazy. Because now a show that does well is, like the Super Bowl is clearly phenomenal, but like a normal show doing well means maybe 12 million tops. So it's wild when you think about that. So the industry has changed so much.
Yeah.
Also, I was looking, someone brought a script of Charmed, and it was season 1, episode 21. And I was like, 20, we used to do 22 episodes a year, and now when you look at the streamers, and they do 10, maybe, So, I mean, the industry's changed a lot.
All right, I think on that note, I'm going to turn it.
There you go. Hi. My name's Paula. First off,
Nice to meet you.
big fan. I started watching the show 13 years ago when I was in middle school, and I've been in love with it ever since.
Thank you.
Phoebe was always my favorite character.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
First and foremost, just any awesome memories about filming, just any cool scenes with like the different towers you guys had.
Oh, so many fun things. The first thing that came to mind when you asked the question was the mermaid episode, because that's well, but not for the reasons you all think. So you know how you hear actors talk about how they were in makeup, hair and makeup for like 2 hours doing prosthetics? Well, you can imagine how long I was in makeup, except it wasn't prosthetics on my face, it was the scales on my chest. And by the end of the day, I was like completely raw. So like for nothing, it was so uncomfortable to say the least. Also, terrified of the water. And they, to get you into the thing, first of all, it takes like 4 people to get you into the tail. And you have to like tie your feet together to get it up. And then they throw you in the water and then you're afraid of the water. Right? And I have my pasties on and my fingers and like all, and my face is wet. So for me, I have like such vivid memories of that episode because it was just very.
Back in time, and the producers just asked you specifically, all right, what powers do you want for Phoebe? What would you say?
To make this at least seem active.
Working with someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I mean, Arnold was amazing, but I gotta tell you, like, to think about being 11 years old and doing those scenes with them gunning down the house and him like grabbing me and throwing me into the door, and like it was scary. And then the scene with where Bennett had the knife to my neck and I was gagged. Like I don't know if that was fine. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know if any of it, and I did all of that myself. We actually in the scene when they first show up and they gun down the house, Arnold goes through the door like this, and I'm in his arms, and he's supposed to come down on me and sort of shield me from the bullets, and he cracked my bottom rib. Oh. Yeah, that it took forever to heal because, I mean, he's a big dude. And so, yeah, it's weird. And I'll tell you, a weird sense memory from that movie on like, the big movie smoke that they use with the machines. It has a very specific smell. It smells kind of like vanilla and mold. And anytime I smell that, I go back to Commando. I'm like, I just have a weird sense memory about that. Yeah, when I was a mermaid. So good. Which side? Hello.
Oh wow, it really is my turn.
No, it's all eyes on you, man.
Wow, I've actually grown up with Charmed. I love Charmed.
Thank you.
I'm not afraid to admit that. It's my birthday month, so I'm really excited to.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm in the moment here, and I was just trying to think of a question to ask. I had two in my mind.
You had all this time. How about we just sing you happy birthday?
Alright.
Okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God with no questions. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, just another question.
That was just a ploy, wasn't it?
Okay, it working with the actor who played Leslie?
Who played Leslie? Oh, it's Nick Lachey.
Yeah.
Like the sweetest. Literally the sweetest. And he was with Vanessa even back then. They've just been together forever. He's the loveliest, kindest, very professional, awesome. I was lucky with all the dudes. I mean, I had some pretty great dudes. I should say Phoebe had a good dude. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm like really starstruck right now.
It's okay, Jen. Nice to meet you.
I love Charmed. I actually started watching it in 5th grade, and I'm going to high school next year. Like, acting has been a very good inspiration, and my first acting role was Matilda, and I recently did Annie.
Amazing.
And my question is, I heard that you were friends with Corey Feldman, and I actually met him before. How was it knowing him?
Very kind of, a very long time ago. We were, I want to say, it was right when The Lost Boys came out, so I don't even know what year that was. 1987. And he was great. Both of the Coreys were very kind, gentle, sweet people.
For your work in the Me Too movement. It's just been amazing. Also, my niece wanted to know what was it like working with Rose McGowan. I hope that's not a sensitive subject.
Not at all.
I mean, I feel like I should just address the elephant in the room.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, because I clearly, you're all Charmed fans, so I knew that this was going to come up in one way or another. And I want to be very thoughtful in how I respond to any of this. And I think we all know I'm talking about Shannon's podcast and Holly and Shannon doing it together, the things that Rose has said in the past. So I'm just going to address it because I feel like if you can live with a certain amount of honesty and integrity, and you all deserve that. But I want to be thoughtful because I don't want to add on to anyone else's pain, because I don't think that's cool either. So I will just say that I'm sad. And I don't think it's really that I'm sad for me or for my life or how it does or does not affect my life. I'm the most sad for the fans. I'm the most sad that a show that has meant so much to so many people has been tarnished by a toxicity that is still, to this day, almost a quarter of a century later, still happening. And I'm sad that people can't move past it. I'm sad that we all can't just celebrate the success of a show that meant so much to all of us. And I think when I think back to that time, it was hard for me. It was hard for me. And I have worked super hard in my life, in the last 25 years, to heal all of my trauma, and that's not just, the trauma that I experienced while shooting, but all of my trauma. And I've worked really hard to heal the bits because I understand that hurt people. And my intention is to be a healed person that helps heal people. So that's kind of how I feel. Do I wish that we could all sit on a stage? Yeah, because again, this was like almost a quarter of a century ago. How is it possible to continue to hold on to that? And I've, I think been very upfront and taken accountability for and apologized for whatever part I played in the situation. And I've been very forthcoming about that. And so I don't know how else to fix it. I even don't know if I could put myself out there any more than I already have to try to fix it. But yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's hard. This is the uncomfortable part that I wish was different. And so, apologies to all of you who love us anyway.
Thank you, and my apologies.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm glad you gave me the opportunity.
Just as iconic is Phoebe and Cole. So my question is a rumor that I recently heard that I was just wondering if you could shed light on, and if it's not true, what are your thoughts on it anyway?
Okay.
So I heard.
This is gonna be good. We're like spilling the tea now. Yeah.
I read that Brad Kern had an idea to have a storyline where Paige and Cole had an affair.
Ooh.
Is there any truth to that? And if
Oh, I don't even know, but that's a show I'd watch.
My name is Mila.
Where are you, Mila? Oh, there you are. Hi. Hi, I see you.
Hi.
Hi.
I would like to know, what was your favorite show or movie you played in?
Oh, it's a good one. I mean, Charmed was amazing because we got to turn into other people. Like, I got to play a genie or a goddess or a mermaid or all sorts of things. So it was very creative. Like, I got to go to work every day and put on wigs and fun costumes and really like play dress up. And I also felt like Phoebe had a sense of humor that was really fun to explore. But I also really loved playing Coralie in Insatiable, just because that was a character. She wasn't even supposed to be in the show. She was just in the pilot. And I really got to create this person that was so unlike me. You know, just Southern with like the big hair, and we just thought that she was like the Southern belle, you know, and that was, I don't know, fun to explore all those things. Like, I walked into my first wardrobe fitting and I was like, flowers! She wears flowers with everything! And they were like, flowers, okay. You know? And then people don't know this, but I wore a corset under all my wardrobe in Insatiable to give the appearance that she was really uptight and prim and proper, so that like I would just carry myself different because I'm like, so yeah, that was a really good question, Mila. Thank you.
Hi, Alyssa. I'm Miss T. This is a random question, but
I mean,
it connects one of the earlier seasons of Charmed to the very last season.
Ooh.
I don't know if the producers or you or anyone ever thought of this, but when you went back in the past when you helped give birth to baby Melinda.
Yes.
And you peeled the apple core, and it said C. And at the time you were dating Cole. And you thought he was the love of your life.
Yeah.
Did the producers or you ever know that that was actually going to end up being Coop?
No, it's Cole. Soulmates and true love are two totally different things.
I mean, I feel like I should say yes.
Or was it a happy coincidence?
No, that we're just all really smart. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. There was so much about like all of the mysticism and all of the mythology that they really researched, and I mean, we had a demonologist on the staff, which I didn't even know that position existed. Like, what, do you go to college for that? Like, what is that? Like, is that a real thing?
Yes. 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 Yes.
So someone goes to college.
Yes.
Someone pays all of that
Because
money.
it's a form of religion, and so people will take it as their religion courses, and that is a form.
Oh, so it's part of like a theology.
Just like Wicca is a religion, so it's a part of taking these courses. So yes. Do you want books? I can send you books.
Smart. So yeah. I love your Phoebe cosplay, by the way.
Thank you.
You look amazing.
Thank you. I tried to figure out something that would stand out to you, and I'm doing something for the other three.
Tell everyone.
As well. It's from the episode Lost and Bound, when she flashes black and white because of Gramps' ring. Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.
My question is, if you could say one thing to your past self, what would it be?
Like a past life, or me when I was younger?
You when you were younger.
I think I would tell myself that no matter what amount of worrying I did, it was never going to change the outcome of what was meant to be.
Beautiful, thank you, I'll remember that.
It's what all of my anxiety was based on when I was younger, is worrying about like what was going to happen next. But no amount of worry changed what happened next.
So we are almost out of time, so there's 6 of you left, so I will ask.
Speed round.
Do like a speed round, rapid
Speed
fire
round.
questions, starting on the.
Okay, so my mom isn't here, but she really liked Charm, so I was wondering if you could say hi to her. Her name is Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Where is Barbara?
At home.
That doesn't seem like a good excuse. Barbara. Is she like cooking for you for when you get back or something? Like, what's happening? Why? What, is she busy? She's sick. Oh. You know, you buried the lead with that. Barbara, we wish you were here, and I hope you get better soon. Thank you. You're welcome. Hi.
Hi, so my name is Mary, and I'm fangirling super hard right now.
Oh, hi, Mary.
My question is, who would you fangirl over?
I mean, Taylor Swift. I'm obsessed, and I love how mad she makes people. I love it so much. You guys, that's what I've thought about thinking about. Like, those are my happy thoughts. I'm like, oh, there's someone else that drives people nuts. So great. You know, I'm just, thank God for Taylor.
Hi. I'm Eve. I'm a huge fan, so I apologize in advance.
Thank you. No, you're good.
I've been watching you since I was a child. My dad was the one who would get me my box sets behind my mom's back. So I was just wondering if you could talk about a memory when you realized that the impact of your shows Charmed and everything else, had an impact on the world around you, and how that compares from being in the middle of it to now being a parent and having to kind of.
This is a great question.
It's a big question, but
it's great. So 2 moments that I can think of very clearly. One was in the 80s when I met Ryan White, who was a little boy who was HIV positive. And that was a time when there was a lot of stigma around HIV/AIDS. And he and I became friends, and he asked if I would go on TV to kiss him to prove that you couldn't get HIV/AIDS through casual contact. And I did. And that was a really big moment for me in my life, because I realized that I could change things, that I can use it for good.
Right.
And then the second moment was Me Too. To be able to propel Toronto Burke's work into the zeitgeist, the daily vernacular that was happening. But even more so than that was when Me Too hit. It was really overwhelming because I hadn't dealt with my own trauma yet, and so I was trying to just figure it all out. And I'm a UNICEF ambassador, and the moment I realized that it was bigger than anyone was I got a call from a UNICEF rep saying that Me Too had hit Ethiopia, and 5 little girls went to a superior to tell the superior that they were being sexually assaulted by a teacher. And it was like time travel. It was like how a moment can create an entire movement that was bigger than anything. So those were the 2 moments where I knew that I had important work to do, to continue to do, and hopefully there'll be more moments where I'm blessed to be the vessel. Thank you, Sakata.
Woo! Last one. There's only one left.
Go ahead, ask your question real quick.
You said 6 minutes.
Okay, so my name is Samantha, after specifically your character Samantha. My dad picked it because you were his celebrity crush. I said that your
Did your
character
mom
was-
know that?
Yes. Yes. He said that you were the most beautiful character, so his first daughter was going to be Samantha. So my question is just what your favorite episode of Who's the Boss is?
The Ray Charles episode.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Tell your parents I said hi. I'm not coming off the stage yet, I'm sorry. We're gonna be quick, right? Okay, go ahead.
Hi Alyssa, I'm Julia.
Julia.
I started watching Charmed when I was in 6th grade with my mom, I still do.
Thank you.
Going back to the men of Charmed, I love the behind the scenes of TV and like the producing side. So if you could have picked who you ended up with from the boys that you were your love interest, who would it have been?
I mean, who do y'all think?
Cole. Cole.
Cole forever. Cole and
Full.
Stevie forever.
There
Cole forever. Go ahead. Hi.
Jordan, huge fan.
Thank you.
Growing up. So you were also guest in one of my other favorite shows, Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
Is there any story about how that happened?
Yeah, Christopher Knopp just called and was like, do you want to come on the show? And do you want to see if Holly wants to come on the show? And we thought it would be a great idea, and so we went on the show.
Did you meet Shonda Rhimes?
I did not meet Shonda Rhimes that time, but I have met her. She's amazing. Yes. Hi.
Hey.
I'm not saying no to this guy.
I'm charmed with being focused on witches and witchcraft. I was wondering about with the series and your life, how
How it all
had some
played.
inspiration
Yeah.
between the first season and later on with the producer wanting you to learn a little bit to continue in the series?
Yeah, I mean, I think all, hello?
May I have your attention? Mike, please have your attention. This is the code Adam.
Oh shit.
Please be advised, we have a 7-year-old child that is missing. The child was last seen at Alpha 1, Alpha 2 halls. The child is a 7-year-old, blonde hair, blue eyes, wearing a Grim Reaper black undergarment. The child height is 4 feet.
When I like them and do like my own version of it. Thank you.
Mine's really quick. It's a question only Alyssa can answer about Phoebe. How did you get the role of Phoebe when it was already